In the last scene where Ye Chen goes to help the second and third sister, we see that the third sister is pulling the second sister and running from the enemy. And suddenly Ye Chen comes to save them, saying to the third sister to take the second sister back quickly and he will take care of them. The third sister says that the second sister was poisoned, so she needs to go back and find a way to detoxify her poison. Ye Chen says, "Don't worry, I will bring the things that were stolen from us." Then Ye Chen shouts, saying, "How dare you rob from the disciple of Xianyuan Holy Land? You thieves don't know how to write the word death." Thinking that the treasure must be brought back to their base, so he needs someone to lead the way. Suddenly the enemy tries to ambush Ye Chen together. Seeing that Ye Chen says that all their swords are coated with poison. It is a unique poison that can kill anyone if it penetrates the veins, then within a day they will die. Seeing all that, Ye Chen brings out his new weapon, saying, "Let's try the effect of random slash." But the power of the slash was so great that most of the enemy were killed with that. But he spared one of them to follow him and trace their base. In a far place we see three people talking to themselves, saying that the elder is wise for letting the Xianyuan Holy Land to go to the secret realm and finding treasures while we wait for them outside to take away their harvest. Suddenly the men who escaped from Ye Chen came hurriedly. Seeing that, the elder asks that didn't he told them to bring those female disciples. But the man says that when they were going to capture those disciples, suddenly a guy came to save them who is at least at the peak of the god transformation, and he killed most of our disciples with only one strike. Hearing that, the elder thinks that it's the peak master that came to help them, but the man says that it was not the peak master, he was only 17 to 18 years old. The elder slapped him, saying, "How can a teenage boy be in the god transformation realm?" Suddenly all the sky roared with lightning. With the lightning Ye Chen came down. Seeing that, the elder hit the man, saying, "You were the one who brought him here," and tells the disciples to set the formation and be ready for his signal, and comes forward to ask Ye Chen for what purpose did he block the road. Ye Chen replied to him, saying, "To do justice." Hearing that, the elder became enraged, saying, "Do you know that after the Xianyuan River is where the snow eagle is located? With just one person with a sword you dared to provoke us?" Ye Chen swung his sword and the river was cut in half, saying only one person with a sword is enough to cut a river. The elder gets ready to activate the formation, saying, "Don't blame me for being ruthless," but the formation does not activate. Ye Chen asked him, "Are you calling for them?" Hearing that, the elder understood that while they were talking, Ye Chen used lightning to sneak up on them. Ye Chen then throws a knife, saying he picked this from one of his disciples, and says that the knife has poison called ghostly sorrow on it. Hearing that, the elder tries to detoxify the poison with an antidote. Ye Chen snatched that from him, saying that now I can take it to detoxify the poison on the second sister. And we see the face of the old man, who is very upset but can't do anything about it. The old man takes a pill out and eats it, and says that in this world being smart is useless, and rushes forward with the sword that is imbued with qi. And Ye Chen confronts him, and the elder says that haha, you fell for it. While he is in the cultivation of void stage, Ye Chen is only at the stage of transforming gods. If they fight with the sword qi, the old man will win. Ye Chen struggles and activates the sword multiplying effect of qi, and wins easily. We see the elder sitting half naked on the ground, giving the treasures that were snatched from the Xianyuan Holy Land, and plead for his life to be spared, giving a water pearl that he had treasured for many years. It has a miraculous effect of harnessing water and driving waves, please accept it. Ye Chen takes the pearl and says that go and tell your boss, if you disturb the Xianyuan Holy Land again, I will directly dismantle your mountain gate. In the other scene we see the fourth sister saying that this poison is called ghost seeing sorrow, and it is a strange poison in the world. Although she is skilled in medicine, she can't find the antidote for this poison. She is afraid that the second sister won't make it through tonight. Hearing that, third sister tried to go and fight the Snow Eagle sect for this. While she was going to get out of the room, she collided with Ye Chen. He asks her where she is going angrily and tells them that he brought the antidote for the second sister, and says that not only the antidote but I also brought all of the treasures that were taken away from us. In another scene we see the Snow Eagle sect lord saying that he only revealed to us the root of the disciples that were returning from the secret realm, but not this person. Here who the person he refers to isn't clear yet. In the sect we see Ye Chen's mother saying if it weren't for him the sect would have suffered a big loss. She says that your second sister's sword mastery is definitely the best among the younger generation. That's why she was sent to the secret realm to lead others. Suddenly the sect master and the elders came to the hall to thank Ye Chen for taking action instead of them. Ye Chen asks him that the second disciple was seriously injured and won't you give her some appreciation? Sect master says that he came hurriedly so he will send someone to bring good medicine, but Ye Chen asks him to hand over his jade token. So third sister says that the jade pendant is a treasure treasured by the sect master. which has the effect of dispelling poison and miasma, gathering qi and helping the spirit, which is very beneficial. So the sect master handed over the jade pendant. After that the master asks Ye Chen that the disciples came out from the sacred realm, so they must have collected a lot of rare and exotic herbs, so please return them to us. Hearing that, Ye Chen says that those herbs have been taken away by the Snow Eagle sect, so go and ask them. I don't have them on me. The things I collected are mine. Your things are still in their hands. Hearing that the master spit blood, the sect master burst out of anger in a room, saying it's too much bullying relying on his status. Elder Ding says to him that Ye Chen is too close to those women from Xianyuan Peak. If this goes on they will threaten his position as sect master. So he makes a suggestion of finding a way to make him disappear. If you agree I will do it immediately. And he promises that he will make that man's head fall to the ground within 3 days. So the master agreed to his suggestion and let him go and do his job. On the other hand, Ye Chen was bored as there was nothing to do. And suddenly the system prompt comes saying to go to the dragon pool at the Tianqi Peak and complete the sign and task. So he and Qing Yi go to the dragon pond at Tianqi Peak by flying on a sword. On the road he sees some disciples of Tianqi Peak, so he hides near the bushes. After some time he reaches the place, thinking that it's strange he came here, but there is no sign of the system saying the task complete. Xing Yi shows Ye Chen that there are clothes beside the pond. He hurriedly grabs her hand and tries to run away. But someone came out of the pond asking who was there. Ye Chen sees that it is the second sister. So Ye Chen asks her that if she got rid of the poison, why isn't she resting, but to come in the middle of nowhere to take a bath? She says that thanks to him she was able to detoxify the poison, but she was also hit by the absolute flame palm of Snow Eagle sect elders, and the fire poison in her body was ragging, and only the extremely cold water of the dragon pond could heal her wounds. But why is he here in the middle of night? Ye Chen thinks of a way and says that he is here to find treasures. He heard that there is a secret treasure hidden under the dragon pond, so he is here to try his luck. The dragon pond is very deep, even those who are good at swimming can't go out of danger, and she can only go about 3 meters. Some people from the sect sense some movement on the pond, so they come to check the situation. But when they came there was no one to be seen, and it's too dark to see under the water. We see that Ye Chen and others hide under the water, but they were too deep on water, so they got caught on a water cyclone and sent to the deep part of the dragon pond where a big monster jellyfish was hiding under there. He is not good at underwater combat. Although Xing Yi is unaffected underwater, she doesn't have any combat weapons yet. At that moment Ye Chen recalls the pearl given to him by the elder of the Snow Eagle sect. So he handed over the pearl to Qing Yi, and Qing Yi awakened the power of water attribute and killed the jellyfish. The second sister was unconscious because she couldn't breathe, so Ye Chen tried to give her CPR, but Xing Yi removed the water and said, "Now you can breathe." Shocked, Ye Chen asks that isn't this pool of water bottomless? They fell down and Xing Yi fell on Ye Chen's little chicken. In front they see a cave. The cave seems like man-made. From outside the pond people started to notice the hole in the water, so Ye Chen told Qing Yi to get the water back to its original state. The elders came to the dragon pond and told the disciples to take down whatever comes from it. Under the water we see Ye Chen bringing the second sister out from the water. The system prompt comes and congratulates Ye Chen for finding the hidden location sword tomb and gets the reward of 10,000 sword, returning to Zhongju. When the second sister gets back consciousness, she asks Ye Chen where is this place, and suddenly she rushes towards the grave of swords and says that it was said that somewhere in the Holy Land of Xianyuan, there is the grave of the sect's founder. Their cultivation bases of extraordinary, and each of them conquers the world with sword. They were buried together in a hidden place because they thought their disciples were not talented and no one could inherit their mantle. Suddenly the swords live together towards them. It seems like the tomb must have an anti-intrusion spell. Ye Chen and the second sister keep defending themselves from the swords. But the second sister's injuries are not healed yet. If this continues, something will happen sooner or later. So Ye Chen activates his new skill, 10,000 swords return, and all the swords gather at one place and get inside of Ye Chen's right hand. The spirits of the tomb come out to them, but the second sister is afraid of ghosts, so they start heading out. They come out of the back of the pond and Ye Chen gives her his sword so that he can get away from here. Behind the hill we see that people are waiting in the front passage where the dragon pond leads so that they can ambush the ones that entered the secret cave. They see that the second sister is flying away with the sword, so they bring down. Seeing that he is from Shuiyamen, but still dared to invade the sacred ground of Xianyuan Holy Land, The disciple from the back brings the sword of Ye Chen that was given to the second sister and says it seems to be of the best quality. But seeing the sword, the elder feels familiar with the sword. Suddenly Ye Chen comes behind him and scares him, saying that you didn't kowtow to me enough that day, so you are here again? Ye Chen asks to give his sword back. But the elder refuses to give and says that day you were so arrogant with this peerless sword. Now that the sword is in my hand, you are nothing. And they activate the 7-star formation, saying it is the strongest sword formation of Xianyuan sect. Once activated, all swords gather around Ye Chen. Seeing that second sister shouts Ye Chen, behind the tree, Elder Ding heard that this supreme elder is none other than that little kid. Ye Chen moves right hand and all the swords listen to his order. All those attack the enemy. The disciples say that his sword is not only 10 times more powerful than theirs, his sword energy is far superior than theirs. Suddenly the system prompt comes saying castration on the mastermind behind the scenes. Ye Chen says that the system is really naughty. Seeing all that, the elder of Xianyuan sect trembles in fear, thinking why does he look at him, and he got chills in his little chicken. From Ye Chen's destructive power, most of the disciples ran away from there. Seeing disadvantage in his situation, the elder tried to threaten Ye Chen by grabbing the second sister. But Ye Chen throws a sword and says, "Do you dare to threaten me?" Fearing that he released the second sister and kowtow for forgiveness. Ye Chen thinks that the system asked him to punish the mastermind behind the scene. Could it be that there is someone else? So he asks, how did he come in here? The elder replies saying that he came here with a man named Ding. Seeing the situation, the elder Ding tried to make a run for himself. Ye Chen senses him and throws swords at him. And the bald elder agrees that this is the man that helped him. So Elder Ding tries to escape by throwing smoke around the place. But Ye Chen uses his sword skills to capture him, and a sword comes flying towards his little chicken and kills it. You all understand, right? What happened here? Then suddenly the system prompt comes saying the mission is complete and congratulates Ye Chen for obtaining the Tianquan 9 sword skill. Ye Chen then takes both of them to meet the sect master. Seeing all this, sect master asks Ye Chen what is going on here. Elder Ding shouts that this one is not some great figure, it's that brat Ye Chen. The shocked sect master says that wasn't he a kid? So MC agrees that he is Ye Chen, but that's not the point now. Elder Ding colluded with the enemy and snuck into the Holy Land to plot some evil plans. And asks, how do you want to deal with this? And the bald elder says that in the evening he and his disciples dive into the Holy Land of Xianyuan under the reception of Elder Ding, planning to attack Shenyao Peak at night. So the sect master attack Elder Ding, saying colluding with the enemy is great sin, even 1,000 deaths is not enough to make up for it. And thank Ye Chen. After leaving the place, second sister was afraid that after receiving such heavy attack Elder Ding must have died. But Ye Chen denies it, saying when a confidant colluded with outsiders, his first reaction was not to force him to reveal his secrets, but to beat him ruthlessly. Do you know what this means? She funnily says maybe he has a bad temper? But Ye Chen says that this indicates that he already knew about Elder Ding's relationship with the Xianyuan sect. Inside the hall we see sect master healing Elder Ding's injuries, saying don't blame me, it was under everyone's watch, so he had to give everyone an explanation, and asks him why did he let them enter the sect. Is it to deal with Shenyao Peak again? But it's not completely in vain, it turned out to be that brat Ye Chen, he toyed with all of us. And says that we have to get rid of him, and tells Elder Ding to send a message to the Xianyuan sect and say that the bald elder was abused and killed by Ye Chen of Shenyao Peak. After hearing all of this, Ye Chen's mother was shocked. Ye Chen says that it must be Elder Ding's plan to attack the second sister on the way home to rob the treasures from them. And tell his mother to be careful of the sect master, saying he will definitely do something bad to Shenyao Peak. Suddenly we hear some noise from the door and see that the seventh sister Zhao Shi Yao, who came from a trip to Qingyang Mountain and obtained a lot of benefits. Seeing Ye Chen, she was shocked, saying that she received a letter from the older sister on her way home, and she thought that it was a joke, but she didn't expect it to be true. So he says that he took the medicine that his mother gave him and he suddenly grew up, but she still insists on knowing. He thinks that it's too bad he can't hide it from this girl, and run off to the mountain, saying that he is going to cultivate in seclusion. The seventh sister understands that he is trying to avoid her. In a certain cave we see Qing Yi prepared a bed for Ye Chen to rest. He instructs her to get outside, so she leaves. Ye Chen then recalled the memories of Ye Chen that shows how the seventh sister often bullied him. Suddenly in front of the cave we see a shadow. Ye Chen thinks that it's Xing Yi. Why are you back here? But it turns out to be the seventh sister that came here, and confronts him to say that how did he grow up overnight. When Ye Chen goes to say that he took a medicine, Seventh sister grabs him and says that he is lying. It seems that you need to be taught a lesson. From the pressure Ye Chen can't breathe, so push her down and they fall to the ground. For that he apologizes. Seventh sister sat on her legs and said that to tell her the truth she really needs it, saying that among all the 7 senior sisters in the same peak only her chest is the smallest and this is the biggest pain in her life. The size of each of them makes her really jealous. Then she brings out a sword and aims at Ye Chen's neck, and says, "Today you must tell me the truth or we both will die today." Ye Chen thinks of a way to calm her down and says that even if there isn't a medicine to enlarge the chest, there are some methods you can try. As the saying goes, there are 3 treasures for chest augmentation: silicone rubber, soft cushions and Lucian claws. The silicone dries quickly, the pads are fake, and only Lucian claws last forever. Seventh sister asks, "Do you want to massage them?" Ye Chen positively replies now he can only rely on his excellent medical skills. So she undresses herself and Ye Chen thinks that he is throwing some bullshit and she's taking it seriously. "I will do my best even if it's wrong." Outside the sect we see that all the elders and sect master are welcoming some people. They are the disciples from the Xianyuan Holy Land and the 3rd grade elder, Lu Qingshan. After that they all head towards the inside. Fourth sister says that there were so few disciples from the Xianyuan Holy Land this year, and there were at least 50 disciples last time. So the second sister says that these 2 Holy Land have been friends for centuries, but in recent years, the popularity of Xianyuan Holy Land declined drastically and it has been falling behind us more and more. As always I will be representing the sparring session. Second sister thinks that Xiao Chen's swordsmanship is far better than her. But he chose to seclude himself. She thinks that he is maybe practicing some even more powerful skills. But we see that Ye Chen and the 7th sister are arguing about her chest size. Ye Chen says that it seems slightly big. A little more massage will definitely help her, saying that she wraps him up and tries to throw off the cliff. Saying, "Do you think I am easy to fool?" At that moment Xing Yi comes and stops them, saying the Holy Mother of Shenyao invites you to go to Yushao Peak immediately. A group of strange opponents have arrived. In the hall we see Hongchen sect disciples beating Xianyuan sect disciples. Elder Lu Qingshan brags about her disciples. The disciple of the Hongchen sect tries to provoke others. Fourth sister says that how come a newcomer has such a high level of cultivation? Hearing their provocation, Ye Chen's mother sends second sister to fight him. But Ye Chen comes and stops the second sister from going and says to watch the battle first. Seeing that, sect master asks her why isn't she coming to the stage. But she replies saying she forgot to bring her sword, so she has sent someone to get it back. So the lord of the Shenting Peak sent his own disciple. But he was also defeated by a single move. Seeing that, Ye Chen tries to observe him intensely and luckily obtains a new skill, Supreme Pupil, which allows him to see the flow of energy and illusions. He sees that the man is using a speed-up array and disguise. So Ye Chen says that to win the tournament they have to find veterans to pretend to be newcomers. That's some dirty trick you used. So he tells second sister the way to fight him. After hearing him she says that she wants to join the spar. So the sect master asks her that didn't she said that she doesn't have a sword? But she replies it's not worth using a sword against such an opponent, she can still win with bare hands. Hearing her, elder Lu Qingshan laugh and her disciple comes flying with a kick, but second sister easily dodge him and provoke him, saying this time I won't move. So he rushes towards her, but behind the scene Ye Chen uses his power to break the formation that he is using. Taking the momentum, second sister kicks him in the belly. Sure enough, without the formation his speed is slow. In addition to maintaining the illusion spell, his strength is greatly reduced, and he is definitely not the second sister's opponent. After that, Ye Chen tries to break off his illusion spell and let others see his true face. While breaking the illusion he was sent off by an unknown master. Taking the situation, the red-dressed disciple ran away. Seeing the unknown master leaving the hall, Ye Chen follows her. In the next scene we see that the disciple is meditating and a red-haired girl comes to him and asks him did he notice the one who secretly made a move. He didn't notice who was that, but he tries to guess by saying it could be the mysterious man mentioned by the Snow Eagle sect. It is possible, after saying that she warns him to be careful and to not get caught again. From behind the tree Ye Chen was spying on them, and recognized the girl who has red hair and red dress. She is the successor of a faction, and her status is second only to the head teacher. It seems like they have colluded with the Snow Eagle sect as well. This is the end, guys. There are no more chapters in this manhwa. If there is more in the future, more videos will come. Please subscribe if you liked the summary, and if you don't like the summary, tell me in the comment. I will improve in the future.